Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. It's Shelley Simmons with Elevate Real Estate, and we have August in the books. And thanks to our friend Francine last week, we're a little behind in introducing our video. So now I get to share with you a sneak peek into what I think is going to happen in September. Let's start off with what I think is one of the most interesting markets that we have in the metro. It is strong, but interesting. And here's why it's interesting. If you will notice, in this blue line represents properties that came to the market. They're coming to the market every month. And so we were on an uptick really since February, March, April. And then weirdly in June, 214 homeowners decided to put their property on the market, whereas buyers were really remaining consistent, only at about 135 to 140 contracts. That's driven inventory. That's what's for sale in the market. That's represented by those tall green lines. And therefore inventory's a little high. Now, typically Ascension carries as many properties for sale as Livingston does at about 5 to 600. But really over the last 3 or 4 years, that inventory number has really shrunk in Ascension. That's what's keeping the months of inventory only at 2.6 months. However, like I said, thanks to my friend Francine, let me tell you what's happening right now, month to date, September the 18th. So in August at this time, there were 72 buyers writing contracts. Today, in all of Ascension Parish, month to date, only 25. That is a 65% reduction in buyers writing contracts. Now, the good news is there's not as many listings coming to the market. If you'll notice, 30% down. However, 30 does not equal 65. What we're going to see in the end of September is probably a really sharp increase in the number of properties available in the months of inventory and Ascension. Now, what does that mean? If you're a seller, you've got increased competition that's sort of just sitting there with buyer demand remaining kind of steady. If you're a buyer, however, this, especially given the half rate cut that the Fed did today, the short term rate, that is hopefully going to impact the 30-year mortgage rate in some reductions. And for buyers, you might have some real opportunity coming into the holidays to pick up a nice property. Let's go over to Livingston. So in Livingston, this has been probably the most stable market, a sub market of the Baton Rouge Metro. Uh, Demand has remained consistent. We had that one little hiccup at the end of August, but I'll show you how we made that up. Because there were more properties coming to the market in August, that did drive inventory up just slightly, almost to 4 months. And what that means is we really have exited a seller's market and we're in what we call a neutral market. It doesn't favor the buyer, it doesn't favor the seller. Now, what is happening in September month to date? What we see is people aren't bringing their properties to the market. We're down 30% in new listings, but only down 10% in buyers writing contracts. So what we're going to see, I think, is a consistent market. We might even see months of inventory come down just slightly for the parish Livingston. East Baton Rouge. So East Baton Rouge is their story really is, as of April, buyer demand started falling off. And that falling off caused these green lines, that's inventory, what's for sale, to creep up. So they definitely, East Baton Rouge Parish is in a 4 month inventory. Again, a very balanced market, just one that we're not accustomed to, or we haven't been accustomed to in the last 4 years. Now, if you bought and sold property before 2020 or a real estate professional, you understand this is actually a pretty decent market and we shouldn't have on that fear factor. Now, interestingly, what is happening across all three parishes is that values are coming down just a little bit, but nothing that's going to say, oh my gosh, we're going to have some sort of calamity here. Values are remaining steady, only changing month to month by just several $1,000s. Now, month to date in East Baton Rouge, what we have are, you're going to see, I think, inventory stay the same. And here's why: 21% decrease in new listings and a 26% decrease in buyers. Those numbers are almost equal. So unless something crazy happens by a tremendous number of sellers coming to the market between now and the end of the month, or interest rates just falling, that buyers go, oh, yes, 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 I think it's going to remain pretty steady. I don't foresee mortgage rates being able to take that quick of a downturn, even with the Fed's short-term rate cut today. So, with that said, remember this is just a broad overview of our three main parish area. Every neighborhood is unique. Every home, even streets within neighborhoods, are unique. So, always remember that we are here to serve you as real estate professionals in providing you great advice and our strategic position that you should take whether you're buying or selling. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next month.